Hey, it's me, Dr. D, and I'm coming on once again as I digest, as I always do daily. And that's something I want to drop to you a word of advice and consideration that every day when you wake up, you should digest what it is that you've taken in your spirit, in your mind, through the things that you hear and see and the conversations that you have, so that whatever comes into your mind, you have to understand that that creates your thought pattern and it really fuels your feelings. So here, I come to take the time to share with you, and I do want to say at this time, I greatly appreciate those of you that do spend your time because time is the true currency of life. Money is just a tool that we use to continue and get us to where we need to be on our journey. So I don't want to belabor the time because I don't want you to just spend it frivolously and don't get anything out of it. One thing I do know, as they say, people have a very short attention span nowadays. And I definitely don't want to break that rubber band of your attention span and have you click off and not continue to listen and hear what I have to say. Because here on Meditation Moments, Language Arts, it's all about words. Why? Because words have meaning and they're creative. And we have to become cognizant of what we say because that really creates your life and the environment that you grow into. We were created by seeds. Each one of us is a seed, and our thoughts are seeds to what we do and the outcome of our life. And we are so blessed to breathe. When you wake up every day, I guarantee you, you were not blessed to have your breath and to be once again among the living, to be miserable or to make anyone else miserable. Okay? Believe me, that is not on the agenda of the Creator. Yes, we all are here for a purpose, and it's time that you understand that your purpose is for the good of humanity. So that's why, as I digest and ponder, words come to mind. And within these last couple of days, there have been two words that have come to mind. And I look at them as the RESPs. Matter of fact, there's a song from back in the day by our wonderful, wonderful queen of soul, Miss Aretha Franklin. And she had the song RESPECT, find out what it means to me. And that is one of the words of the RSEPs, respect and responsibility. Now, I've learned to take notes and that sort of thing. So I'm going to be reading from my notes because, when I speak freely from myself, my spirit, it goes off sometimes on a tangent. And the passion takes over my ability to be cognizant of time. So if I write it down and make it plain, that way when I get to the end of what is written for this time, I'm done. So let's go to my notes here. And as I ponder words when it comes to language arts, there is two sources that I go to in order to get an understanding of the meaning of these words. And it's God and Google. And according to Google, it says respect, and this is in the form of a noun, is a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something, elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. It's also due regard for the feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions of others. And as a verb, it means to admire deeply as a result of their abilities or creation. All right? Or qualities, I should say, of what they do. And biblically, respect, it goes a little deeper. It's a principle of reverence and deference due to God, to authority, and to one another because of our God given position and image. Respect isn't just earned, it's commanded as a way to honor God. It's expressed through humility, submission, and valuing others as being His creation, as well as understanding and respecting the fact that so are you. We each are. Okay? So, therefore, even to that point in time, you have to have a respect for yourself. And you say, well, what do you mean by that? When you learn to live with integrity, knowing to be true to who you are, and don't fake it till you make it, and all of that, then you're respecting who you are, because know that you were created for the good of humanity. You were created for a good purpose. So also, we are called to respect people, as I'm saying, regardless of their status, because everyone bears God's image. Everyone was created. As a matter of fact, in society, I find that a lot of times people think that you ought to respect them because of a title that they have or how much money that they make, right? They really do. And I've even learned that people respect people according to how tall they are. For real, honestly. And the color of their skin. All of that. Which is really, when it comes to respecting, that is built on a figment of their imagination. And I'll explain that later. But let me get back here. Here again, just that alone almost had me going off on a tangent. Okay? Now, and the second word is responsibility. And this is also deeply rooted in Scripture. It's about being accountable for our actions, choices, and how we live before God and others. And for me, when you start digesting, everything is important, more so on the spiritual digestion than it is on the natural digestion. So as you listen to me in different segments, you'll get a deeper understanding on where I'm coming from with that. So looking at respect and responsibility, listen, these are some points that it is encompasses, that it is a part of. And personal and spiritual accountability is one of them, because we're responsible for our own faith and actions, and we don't blame others for it. You know how people will say, well, I'm like this because my daddy wasn't home, or I'm like this because I grew up with my grandmother and I didn't have my parents. So here again, being responsible as you become an adult, all of those excuses go out the window, because now you are responsible for your own decisions that you make. As a matter of fact, speaking of decisions, I wrote a book. I was given the charge to write a book. And this book here, let me show you. It's called, can you see that? Life Decisions Workbook. And so it begins, because it begins with the work that you do within yourself. Because whenever you're given the authority to breathe, then it is up to you to make the proper decisions. Okay, let me hurry up, because I'm going into the double-digit time frame, and I, like I said, I don't want to bore your patience. I want you to be willing to come back again. And I'm just going to highlight other principal parts of understanding respect and responsibility. Admitting and correcting wrongs. Living by God's commands. Caring for others. Contributing to community. Integrity in leadership and work. As a matter of fact, when you put respect with responsibility together, they are actually ingredients of integrity. So here again, as you grow into being who you were purposed and designed and designated to be, you have to walk in integrity. So as I close, I want you to ponder and take this in, and let's make these words a part of your daily walk, so that when you learn how to walk with respect and responsibility, which ends up being a part of integrity, you will be willing to be that awesome person that you were born to be, so that every day when you get up, you'll have the desire to do what it is that you are designated and designed to do, because you're going to ask, show me what I gotta do, because you want to do your part in enhancing the betterment of humanity, and therefore represent, that's another RE word, represent the glory of God, the Creator. And when I say that, let me express this, and then I'm done. When I speak of God, it is what life really is made of. No matter what religion you're taught, it is all about one thing, and that's your life. And there is one creator of each human being's life. With every breath we take, that authority was given to us by the same Spirit, which I refer to as God. It's not religious, it's life. Whether you accept it or not, no matter whether you go by what someone else told you or not, believe you me, when it comes to humanity, we all got here by way of God.